once again, welcome to Mima's Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful crossbody bag here with the Jasmine stitch. Okay, so with this one it has got a leather handle, and with this one you can choose to just crochet the handle. Okay, so let's see what we're going to need for us to crochet this bag. So for this bag, the materials that you're going to need are a zipper. Okay, here we have this one. So I'm just going to be using a smaller one here. Okay, you're also going to need a scissors. You're also going to need a crochet hook. I used a 6mm crochet hook. You're also going to need the needle and thread for attaching the zipper. You're also going to need a tapestry needle and 2 stitch markers. You're also going to need the macrame. This is macrame cord, okay, and it is 3mm thick. For this handle, you can purchase a handle like this one, or we can just crochet it. Okay, so let's begin. So this is the other half, so we want to make a half exactly like this one. Okay, and if you want it to be bigger, you just increase the number of rows. So we're going to begin at the center here. So I'm just going to call these flowers, okay, and each flower has got 6 petals. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so we don't move into the next flower without completing this one. So each has to have 6 petals. Okay, so now let's begin. We're going to start here at the center here. Okay, so here I'm going to begin with a slip knot. Okay, so this is my slip knot, and I'm going to do 2 chains. Okay, so that's 1. Okay, this one, and then 2. Okay, so I have 2 chains here. Okay, so I'm going to pull a long loop. Okay, I want to start making my first petal. Okay, I'm going to yarn over here like that. Then I'm going to insert into the first chain, grab my yarn and pull up a loop. Okay, pull it to the height of the others like this. Okay, again I'm going to yarn over and then pull up another loop. Okay, so just make sure they're all straight. Okay, like that, so that I have 5 loops here. So now I'm going to yarn over. I'm just going to hold here. Okay, and then I'm going to pull through like this, and then I'm going to set my hook here, and I'm going to make a slip knot like that. Okay, so this is my first petal. Okay, it may not show now, but later on it will show, this one. And this here, the first chain is going to be the center of the flower. Okay, so now from here onwards I'll be making 2 petals. Okay, one coming from here and then another coming from here. Okay, so I'm going to make the second petal here. I'm going to make 2 of them. So I'm going to set here back into the slip knot that I just did here. Okay, yarn over again and set back here. Okay, so this is another petal. Okay, so here I'm going to put another from the center, pull up a loop. Okay, yarn over and set again here, pull up a loop like that. Okay, and then I'm going to hold here, and then I'm going to yarn over and then pull through all the loops like that. Okay, you can just adjust, so just make it a little bit loose. Okay, so that you see where I'm setting my hook. Then I make a slip knot here. Okay, so you find that we have 3 petals here, but we're mainly concerned with the center here, the flower that we're making at the center here. So here we have 2 petals only, so I want to make them 6. So I'm just going to do another set of petals, one coming from here and another coming from the chain 1 here. Okay, like this, and over first petal, I go back at the center of the first flower, pull up a loop, again pull up a second loop like that, then I yarn over, then pull through all the loops, then I go back here, then I make a slip knot. We now have 3. Okay, again I come back here and I petal. Okay, I go back here to make the 4th one, sorry, and over, insert again. Okay, now I yarn over and then pull through all the loops like that. Just adjust your yarn. Okay, then I go back here and then I make a slip knot. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll make the 5th one. Okay, you always first insert your hook into the slip knot that you just did. Okay, that's where the first petal comes from, and then we go at the flower that we're working on like this. Okay, this is the 5th one. I yarn over, then pull through all the loops. Okay, like that, and then we do a slip knot. So here you'll find that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now whenever you make the last petal of the flower, you make them 3, 1 from here, 1 here, and then 1 in the next flower that we're going to be working on. Okay, so here I also want to show you the center of the other flowers that we'll be working on. So the easier way is to just say we're going to be skipping a stitch. This is a center here, okay, and this one is a center here. We'll skip the stitch. Okay, we'll skip the stitch and then come here. This is another center, and this one. So every slip knot that you make will be a center of a flower in the next round. Okay, same as this one. Okay, so now let's complete here this first round. Okay, so this is my first petal. I go here to make the last one at the center. Okay, go back again. Okay, so like that. So we're no longer going to be inserting a hook here, so we move on. We have to move on into the next center. So in this case it's this one. Okay, so we have this stitch like here, so we move here. Okay, hope it is visible. So I yarn over and then insert here, pull through. Okay, yarn over again, set here, and then pull through, so that you have 3 petals. Before we were putting 2 petals, but now for the 6th petal on here, it is accompanied by 2 other petals like this. Okay, and then yarn over and then pull through all the loops like that. Okay, and then we're going to make a slip knot here. Okay, I'm just going to leave this a bit loose. So you find that this is our first flower. Okay, so we've worked this part, this one. Okay, so now we want to move on to the next round. Okay, so when starting the next round, make sure that you put a stitch marker into the center of the first flower here, so that you know where you begin. Okay, so here I'm not following any sequence. I found it easier that you just have to make sure that each flower has got 6 petals. So before it has 6 petals, you just make sure that you make 2 petals, and then when you make the 6th one, make sure you make them 3. Okay, so I'll show you this one. So here you'll find that we're going to be working on this center here, this one. Okay, so if we were to count the petals here, we've got 1, 2, and then 3. So we need 3 more. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. For the first one, I yarn over, go back into the slip knot, yarn over again, into the slip knot. Okay, so to make the fourth one, I yarn over, insert at the center, pull through, yarn over again, and then pull through. So this one will be the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm not going to do a third one, I'm just going to do 2 of them. Okay, because we're still working in this flower here. Okay, like that, and then we close here. So we now have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we make the fifth one. Okay, so here the fifth one, that's 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we're left with doing one more petal, and then we're done with that flower. Okay, so now whenever you make the final petal, make sure that you make 3 petals. Okay, 1 from here, 1 from here, and 1 from the coming flower. Okay, this one. Okay, so I'm going to make 1 from the slip knot. Okay, now 1, the final petal here. Okay, so I have 1, 2 here. Okay, now we've closed this one. Make sure you make the third one coming from the next flower. Okay, so I said you're more like skipping a stitch, this one, and then moving here. Okay, you have this center. Okay, and these are the petals, so I'm going to sit at the center here. Okay, and make sure you yarn over once, and then you set your hook, yarn over again. Okay, like this. Okay, and then I'm going to yarn over and then pull through all the loops like that. Okay, I'm going to sit here and then make a slip knot. Okay, so you find that now we have 2 flowers, the first one and this is the second one. Okay, so now we're going to be working on this flower here. Okay, just count the petals that you have. I already have 1, 2, 3, and 4, so I need 2 more. Okay, so for the fifth one, okay, I always begin in the slip knot. Okay, and then a petal from the center here, the fifth one. Okay, we still have 1 more to do in the center, so just do 2 here, and then like that. Okay, so here if you're to count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to make the 6th one. So whenever you make the 6th one, make sure that you have 3, you make 3 petals. Okay, so that's 1 petal here. Okay, and then the 6th one, which is the 2nd petal that we're making here. Okay, so now that we have 6 here, we make another petal in the next flower, this one. Okay, we're skipping this stitch here and then move here. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over, like this. Okay, so you do 3 petals whenever you're doing the 6th petal. Okay, like that. Okay, so we now have 3 flowers, 1, 2, and 3. So here I move on to the next, which is going to be this one. So here I'm going to count the petals, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to do 2 more. Okay, 1 petal here. You always make a petal from the slip knot, and then we go to the flower that we're working on. Okay, a petal there. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. So I'm just going to yarn over here and then pull through. We need to make one more petal for that flower. Okay, so I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we make the sixth one. So for every sixth one, make sure that you make 3 petals at the same time. Okay, so that's 1 from the slip knot. Okay, 1 from the center of the flower we're working on. Okay, and then 1 from the next flower that we're going to be working on, this one. Okay, like that. Okay, I'm going to yarn over and then pull through, set here like that. Okay, okay, so we move on into this one. So here you find that we have 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have 4, so I'm going to make 2 more. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, like that. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. I'm going to make the sixth one, and whenever I make the sixth one, you make 3 petals. Okay, so that's 1 petal here from the slip knot, 1 from the center, the sixth one. Okay, like that, and then 1 from the next flower, like this. Okay, so I have 3 sets of petals, 3 petals here. Okay, I'm going to yarn over and then pull through all the loops. Okay, like that. You're almost at the end of this round. Okay, so we've made this center one here, and we've made 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers. So we're now here to make the 5th one. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 petals. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 petals. So we're going to make the 5th and the 6th. Okay, and over and then pull through. Okay, so we now have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we make the 6th one. Okay, that's 1 petal there. There's the 2nd. So now we're back here. Another one from the next flower we're going to be working on. Okay, then I'm going to pull through all the loops. Okay, then make a slip knot from here. So now to finish off the round, we're going to complete this flower here, the one that we began with. Okay, so you find that already it has got 5. Okay, so count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So we're just going to make the 6th one. Okay, so I pull here, 1 from this side, 1 loop. Okay, 1 from the center, the 6th one. Okay, and then we move on to the next flower, which will be in the next round. Okay, make them 3 like this. Okay, and then yarn over, sorry, and then pull through. So just find a way that is comfortable for you to hold this loop here, because we need it to make the slip knot here, like this. Okay, so we've done the second round, okay, like this. So it's simple. We've done this one and we've done this round of flowers. Now we want to do the third and the final. Okay, so here I'm just going to put this stitch marker here to know where we began. Okay, to know that this will be the last center that we'll work on. Okay, so now here the flower that we're going to be working on is this one. Okay, we are here for the next round. This is the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the center, so we need to put 2 more petals in here. Okay, so the 5th petal. Okay, like that. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we make the 6th one. Okay, the 6th petal from this flower. And then the 3rd petal here, it comes from the next flower that we'll be working on. Okay, so we're just going to be repeating this. Okay, like that. We've made this one. Okay, so we'll move on to the next. Just make sure that you begin by counting the petals that you have. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so that means I need to put the 5th and the 6th one. So we're just going to do this one together and this one, and then we'll do the rest of the round alone. Okay, so here I have 4 petals, so I'm going to put the 5th one, this one. Okay, and over here, and then pull through and then slip knot. Okay, so I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make the 6th one. Okay, remember when we make the 6th one, we make 3 petals, okay, at the same time. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, and then the second one is this one, the 6th one, and then the last one is for the next flower that we'll be working on, which is the next flower, this one. Okay, so we insert into the center like that. Okay, then we yarn over, and then pull through all the loops, and then we do the slip knot. Okay, like that. So now we move on into this one. Make sure that you just count the petals that you have. Okay, so for this case you find that we have 1 petal, 2 petal, 3, 4, and then 5. So here we're just going to put 1 petal here. Okay, so that means I'm going to make 3 petals. Okay, so that's 1, and then the 6th one here, 1. Okay, and then we move on to the next flower because we now have 6 already in here, and then the next flower is this one. Okay, okay, like that. And over, pull through all the loops and make the slip knot. Okay, so we've made this one, we've made this one, and we've made this one. So now we move on to the next, which is this one. Okay, count your petals. Okay, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you put the 5th, okay, then you put the 6th. You move on to the next one here, okay, and here, right round. Let's meet towards the end here. Okay, so I have worked here. I'm left with this flower here, this one, and this first one. So I also wanted to say that another way to see that this is a petal is if you trace the group of yarns, okay, you find that they come from another center, so that's a petal here. They're coming from here. And then if you trace this one, it's coming from this center, that's a petal. If you come here, you find that this group of yarns are coming from this center, that's a petal, as well as this one. Okay, so that's easier. That's another easier way to identify the petals. So here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do the 5th and then the 6th and go on to finish the round. Okay, I'm going to come here. Okay, so this is the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to make the 6th one. Okay, so now I make the 6th one. 1. Okay, 6th one here. Okay, and then I move on to the next flower. Okay, I'm skipping this stitch and then move here. So with practice, you can make this slip knot a bit tighter. That way you do not have gaps, okay, at the center of each flower. Okay, okay, then close that one. Now I'm going to be working from here. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we just need one more. Okay, so that means I'm going to make 3 petals here. Okay, that's 1. Then I go at the center here for the 6th one. That's 2, and then I move here where we began. Okay, I'm going to yarn over, go through all loops. Okay, so now we're going to do the last one, which is this one. Okay, where we had the stitch marker. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're just going to do the 6th one. Okay, so if you want to continue to make this side bigger, you just do one other round. Okay, just make sure that you put a stitch marker into the first center. Okay, to know where you're going to where your round is going to finish. Okay, so this. Okay, so we're just going to have these 3 rounds, and now we move on to the next step. Now that we are done with the stars and the flowers, we want to do single crochet right round in the back loop. Okay, so here we have the stitch. These are our stitches here at the top. Okay, so I've been setting in the back loop only. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to do 1 single crochet. Okay, so this is my first stitch, so I'm going to put a stitch marker in there. Okay, then I move on to the next 1 single crochet in the back loop. Okay, so just turn your work so that it faces you. so that you're able to see the stitches. And that. Okay, 1 single crochet in the back loop in each stitch. Okay, okay, so I'm just going to continue right round up until I'm back here at the starting point. Welcome back. So I've done single crochet right round. Okay, you find that our circle has curved inwards. Okay, like that. So I'm just going to cut here, and then to finish off here, I'm just going to fasten it off. Okay, and I'm just going to hide this inside and then come back. Okay, so I now have this one side here, so go on and make another one exactly like this one, exactly the same. Okay, so that we can join them. Okay, so now we want to join them. I'm going to take my 2 stitch markers here, so it depends with the opening that you want to leave. Okay, so I'm just going to put a stitch marker at my starting point, but you'll find that our circle has a little bit of corners of a hexagon, so if possible you could try to match that with this one. Okay, so here, okay, so I'm just going to put the first stitch marker here, then I'm going to count about 15 stitches. Let's count from the next stitch. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. Okay, so this will be our opening, this one. I think it's enough. Okay, so I'll put the next stitch marker in the 15th stitch like that. Okay, so here we have 14 stitches. It's okay, so I'm going to take my tapestry needle. Okay, okay, so I'm going to come here. Okay, so we'll be joining this front loop for the side and back loop for the side. Okay, so like this. So the opening of our bag is this one with 14 stitches. Okay, so remember that one. So I'm going to close the other side. Okay, okay, so I'm just going to continue like this right round up until I'm here. Okay, so make sure that you're putting one loop from the side and then one loop from the side. Okay, don't repeat inserting a hook in the same loop. Okay, okay, so I'm now here, just going to do the last one. And then going to cut and fasten this off inside. Okay, so I'm just going to fasten this end here inside, and then I'm going to do the same this side. I'm going to fasten it inside, then come back. Okay, so here I have a 23 centimeter zip, so I'm just going to attach this one inside. Okay, what I'm going to first do is just line it inside like that towards the edge here. Okay, like this. Okay, so I have this yellow color here. I'm just going to attach it temporarily, and then I'll follow up with the red one. Okay, so I'm just going to do just a simple stitch. Okay, this is how I attach my zippers. No, I'm not an experienced tailor, so if you have a better way, then the better. Okay, so I'm just going to tack it here along the edge. Okay, just a simple stitches in and out, so that when I sew permanently, the zipper won't be moving. Okay, okay, like that. I'm just going to attach it like this. Okay, so I've temporarily attached this side. Okay, so I'm just going to open here. Okay, let me just cut here. Then I'm going to come this side again. Then I'm going to do the same with this side. Okay, okay, so I'm just going to continue attaching here up until I'm here, and then come back. Okay, so now I've attached it temporarily, so I'm going to now come with the red yarn thread, and I'm going to start sewing permanently. Okay, so this time I have to make sure that it is very strong. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Just going to do back stitch. I think it's called back stitch. Okay, okay, so I'm just going to do the permanent sewing. Okay, a stronger stitch. Okay, make sure that your thread doesn't show, even if it is of the same color with the bag. Still, we don't want it to stick out. I'm just going to do this both sides, okay, here, and then I'm going to do this side, then come back. If you can use a sewing machine, the better. You can just stitch here, okay. Okay, so I've now attached the zipper. Okay, so let me just first remove this yellow thread here. Okay, so I'm going to remove it and then come back. Okay, so this is our zipper. Okay, okay, so now I want to put the handles. Okay, so if you have one like this, you can just attach it like this. Okay, it's removable, but if you don't, we'll put this one. Okay, you can just crochet one. Okay, so for the handle, I'm going to come here and make a slip knot. Leave a tail here so that you can fasten it off later on. So just going to make a simple handle. Okay, but you can do any other handle that you want. So I'm going to come here at the side, at the top, like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so I'm going to go on and make a chain for about 100 or 110, depending on the length of the handle or the crossbody. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just going to go on and continue and come back and join the other side. Okay, so this is my handle. Okay, so before we join, make sure that it is not twisted. Okay, okay, so slip stitch, insert your hook, pull through, then pull through again, like that. Okay, so I'm just going to do this up until I'm back here. Okay, so this is my handle with slip stitch. Okay, so I'm back here. Okay, I'm just going to pull this and cut it. Here, what I'm going to do here is okay, so I'm going to fasten this off inside the bag and then come back. Okay, so this is our bag. Okay, so now we want to put a tassel here at the side. If you have a chain, you can just decorate the bag so that it becomes a little bit more beautiful. Okay, so let's put the tassel. Welcome back. So our bag is done. Okay, this is it. Okay, okay, so here with the crocheted handle, and then this one with a leather handle. Okay, okay, thank you for watching Mima's Crafts. Please do subscribe, like, and comment for more videos. Thank you.